was that for?
Welcome into Charles Schwab Field, where the wait is finally over. 8 different schools spanning 5 different conferences have punched their tickets to the 2023 Men's College World Series. Now, of course, a national title on the line. But take a look at this hardware over here. This is what teams who win the title on Sunday or Monday get to bring home to their respective schools. It's pretty heavy. It looks great. Thank you so much for giving me a look at that. That's an awesome prize. Now, of course, this year, like every other, has plenty of storylines, including a few local Nebraska connections. Of course, easily the Cinderella story of this year comes from Oral Roberts. The Golden Eagles are in Omaha for the first time since 1978. With the roster stacked full of all Summit talent, they also have this year's only Nebraskan on its roster, pitcher Hudson Hart, who grew up right here in Omaha, graduating from Gretna High School. He's only a freshman, but Hart says playing here as a hometown kid, well, there's just nothing like it.
Every year since I was a little baby, my parents took me here, and it's going to be a weird feeling coming here and not being with my family, and they're up in the stands. I envisioned myself playing here multiple times, but I didn't know if I was actually going to play here, but it's pretty surreal.
Now, they play TCU in the first game of the whole series Friday at 1 o'clock on ESPN. We'll have you covered with those highlights tomorrow afternoon. Now, the nightcap of day 1 is a Florida-Virginia matchup. Both teams with success in Omaha, as Virginia won the title in 2015 and Florida brought it home in 2017. But Nebraska fans will have some interest in the Cavaliers, who breezed past Duke to bring Omaha native head coach Brian O'Connor back for his 5th College World Series and a hunt for his 2nd national championship.
Well, certainly it's special for me, my growing up here in this community and seeing how the city of Omaha and the surrounding communities wrap their arms around this event, and they really do, and it's not possible without the fans in this community, and certainly it's special for me growing up with this event and having my wife's family and my family all being here, just excited to be back home.
First pitch for that Florida-Virginia game is Friday night at 6 o'clock, also on ESPN, and we'll have you covered, of course, with those live shots and live coverage. Now, it's a tale of 2 very different College World Series experiences for Stanford and Wake Forest, who meet in round. The Cardinals here for the 3rd straight appearance since 2021, and on the other hand, Wake Forest in Omaha for the first time since 1955. Stanford may have the experience, but will have their hands full facing the #1 team in the country in Wake Forest, and the game should be full of fun. Both teams enjoy the long ball. Wake Forest is tied for 4th in the country for homers, Stanford in 10th. And then, well, there's LSU, who's home to one of the faces to watch in this year's series. It's junior outfielder Dylan Crews. Crews was named a 2023 SEC Player of the Year after his historic season leading the SEC with a batting average of .423 and racked up 14 home runs while reaching base a consecutive 59 games dating back to last season. Many expect Crews to be this year's first pick in the MLB draft, but to Crews, it's just all about this team.
Being able to have all these transfers here from different schools, it's huge. A lot of Eagles can be a problem. So we made it to a point early in the year that we're not dealing with Eagles. It's going to be selfless baseball, and it's been great. Everybody was on board, and I think the spark hit us late, so we're kind of just moving together as one right now.
Saturday's games start at 1 o'clock and then finish up at 6 o'clock for game 2. Those games also on ESPN. Now, of course, the College World Series is an exciting thing for all these schools and all these fans here, and Nebraska natives as well.